Hi everyone, welcome to the third video in my series on the NanoFusion project. Since the deadline for the Nano build-off was extended, I've been able to do a bit more work on it, and I'm going to show you the progress so far on the trustless mixing stuff. So we're going to create a session here as we did before, copy our session across to Chromium, we'll join that, and we're going to go into this mix session feature. And you can see here again, we're going to use demo data 1 on this side, demo data 2 on that side. And you can see here, I put this in black because there was some confusion with the first video. There were private keys visible. That's obviously bad security. The point of these demos is just to show you visually how this would work. In practice, what we want is for this wallet data to be internal to your wallet app. So you'd be using a wallet app on your phone that would have your private keys, but it would interact with NanoFusion, with a server or whatever, through an API. All the signing would be done on your device. You would never have to broadcast or display these private keys anywhere. So that's where we're going with it. I actually had one other person in the build-off contact me about integrating some of this NanoFusion stuff into a wallet project they were working on. So hopefully we can make that a reality at some point. But for now, let me just show you where we're up to with mixing. So I've got these private keys for accounts that are going to be our inputs to mix, and we've specified some outputs. So this person has 4 accounts that they want to mix into 2, and this person has 1 that they just want to have the same amount go in, the same amount come out, but they want it to be mixed with the other person's account so it's not obvious who owns what. So we'll share our public keys both ways, and there you can see now we've got our mix inputs. I know 4 of these are mine and 1 that belongs to someone else, and on this side I know 1 is mine and there are 4 that have come from other people's public keys. It happens to be 1 person, but you don't necessarily know that. You just know there's me and 4 others. Now we both say ready to mix, and the information gets shared, and you can see quickly here we build this transaction tree. So our inputs, you can see here, have this one here, and this one sent is the one from the Chromium side. These are converted into a canonical order, so the tree will always be the same on both sides. And these two synchronize the accounts that will get merged together by ordering them canonically. But you can see that one sent comes from this side, the other 4 accounts come from the Firefox side. So you can see there, those 2 1 cent accounts become 2, this 2 and 1 becomes 3, that 3 gets forwarded on. Same thing here, add 2 and 3 together, you get 5, 3 there, down to 8. And so you can see there's this binary tree of mixing down to the 8 cent mix account. And the idea is that once all the money hits this mix account, it can then go to our outputs, the ones we specified up here. It can go to our outputs, and there's no way really to pass this barrier just by looking at the block explorer. Once we get to these 3 output accounts, it's really not obvious which of those input accounts actually put funds into one of these. Now just to show you how that works, I'm going to pull up some images here so you can see. Okay, so here's an example. These are our inputs. We had 1, 2, 3, and 1 on the Firefox side, and we had 1 on the Chromium side. And this is one way that we could arrange these funds so that they come out as 3, 4, and 1. And there are a whole bunch of ways we could do this. So you see, these are all just ways I came up with off the top of my head. There are actually a lot more. So there's just 10 different ways that we could arrange the mixing of these funds that are all plausible. None of these is really any more likely than any of the others. They are all perfectly possible ways that the funds might have been mixed. And so you can see there we have a way then of doing anonymity, of doing privacy on Nano without anybody having to trust anybody else with their funds, because of course these mix accounts are all joint accounts, and we can do all of our pre-signing of input and output blocks. So that's the progress of mixing so far. The account tree stuff is kind of built. Haven't gone all the way to finishing actually publishing these blocks onto the Nano chain yet, but I've been validating them and so on. So mixing is well underway, and you can see we've got links to the block explorer, and you can see have these accounts waiting with Nano there ready to be mixed as we go. So that's the status update, and that's where NanoFusion's up to. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on Reddit.